This world is built of collaboration.
Profound experiences.
Create as scientists.
Putting yourself out there.
Where we can do something new.
It's really beautiful.
How do you not want to be a part of that? What was for you the experience of being in a place where you felt you could be you?
When I arrived at ECLA, I didn't know.
Yes.
Get to the hotel, go sit down in the room, and there are other people sitting around, the little murmuring here and there, and I still did sort of have my guard up, but there was this palpable sense that something was possible. There was a possibility in that moment, and it was really beautiful and unique. Just in the first 5 minutes alone, it just opened up. Mona began with a poem.
Yes.
And I
very moving.
I knew that I wanted to be bold and courageous and be myself and say the things that were really welling up inside me.
Right.
So I think that sense of being in a place like that and coming from environments where I don't feel safe or didn't feel safe, not even safe, it's not that, it's I feel willing to take that risk, to exchange that vulnerability and reciprocity.
Yep.
I think that was the difference.
I think it's important, and I think it's part of the work of improv science is at least to create an environment where people from all different kinds of backgrounds,
Yes.
right, get to be, say like, oh, I can have my voice here.
Yeah.
How did the improv science sessions participate or impact that aspect of feeling included?
The first thing that it did was really to tear down, it was like a deconstruction and reconstruction of our habitual experience. I felt like we got in there and everyone gets in a circle and everyone sort of thinks they know what's coming. I feel like maybe not everyone,
right.
But
I know what this is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got
Here's the icebreaker, and it's not that. And even I came in with my routine expectations, and you did an excellent job of just breaking that down, and then just like you said, creating something new out of that with these new people who are here, and you saw people picking up on that and trying to include other people, and it became this really fun, unique experience to explore that creation. And you specifically acknowledged it too.
What's the it that I acknowledged?
Just being present is enough. Just being, inclusive. Just just creating that. That's the gift in the experience.
Right. Being here with each other, being able to see each other, and knowing that we create the moment that we're in.
So I think that's where the power came from for me, is this idea of taking us out of our expectation, our comfort zone, and widening that a bit. And in that widening, I think that's where we, become willing to bring someone else in to share something.
So how did this, and you started to say this, but how did this impact your understanding of leadership?
It affirmed my understanding of leadership from my own perspective coming in. I identify strongly as a servant leader. I want to serve from the back and to help create this space where the people are in. And I saw you doing that. I saw Mona and the steering committee doing that. So often we think of leadership in this way of the drum major out front, or the president or whomever. And that's just not the way that I identify. And so it was so refreshing to see examples of others working in a similar way, even if they don't identify that way or weren't saying it. It was me seeing the power of that style of leadership.
I think people don't realize that part of leadership is not necessarily the first person out, but the second. The person who comes up next to the other person and says, I'll stand with you on this, right? And I think there's a beauty in improvisation that is focused on the building of the group, the ensemble.
Yes.
Because it is the focus on how do we step together? How do we come alongside of? I mean, any, good picture of a social movement, and I think science is going through a social change, right? We're looking at how we do science together. But a good picture is people standing alongside each other, right? And I think I hear that in what you're saying as a servant leader is how do I support what people want to step out and do.
Because I think as scientists, we're so often trained to develop this very unique, singular expertise
Mhm.
to be that lead author, to be that lead presenter, and to go out and share that uniquely. But at the same time, we're also struggling to create meaningful collaborations,
Exactly.
equitable collaborations.
Yes.
We're striving to create academic units or businesses or governmental units that really do function as a team.
Right.
And I think that's why this early career point is so unique, that it's that point where we've had some experience, we've been in these environments, and now we kind of get to reflect on, well, where do we go
Right.
from here?
The beauty of what I've learned through my years of work is we can constantly create environments in which we get to ask the question, what do I want to create? How do I want to lead? What do we want this environment to look like?
Mhm. That's such a rare opportunity
Hmm.
in my experience. I'm used to these environments that I don't feel agency in creating, and I try, and I've struggled, and it's really been something that has marked my experience.
Mm.
And I think that's what's motivated me so much to say, okay, let's step
Gotcha.
out and
Yes.
try
Yes.
to create something new, strive to
Yes.
create these spaces where people can be themselves, their
Exactly.
true selves.
Yes,
You know?
yes. The thing I would add to what you're saying is performance, like this part of I can be not just who I am, but who I'm becoming.
Yes.
So it's that becoming, like
Yes.
it's both you get to be more of who you are as you try to do things you don't know how to do,
Mhm.
and creating this space where you're learning and discovering
Mhm.
what else you might be
Yes.
still helps you become more of you.
Yes.
It's this, I really want to play with what the scientific analogy is for this, not in this interview,
Mhm.
but at another time. And I think it's going to be called Scientifically Speaking.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending time with me.
Thank you.